This is the Joey Jones Show, brought to you by Mugshots Grill and Bar.
And welcome to the Joey Jones Show on UTV 44, coming to you from Mugshots Grill and Bar on Airport Boulevard. Pat Greenwood along with the head coach Joey Jones. So glad you are with us on this Saturday morning. And now that you've had a week to soak in that game against Western Kentucky, how big of a win was that program? How big was that for our program?
Oh, it's extremely big, and I think people are kind of realizing it right now, and it's kind of sinking in. We knew going into the game they were a great football team, like we talked about. Very good offensively, very good defensively, and felt like it was going to be a daunting task for us. But I told our coaches all week long, if we could just kind of hang around in the game and be in there in the third quarter, late in the third quarter, and have a chance to win, I thought we had a chance to do it. And it's kind of certainly what happened. We kind of got down 21-10 at half, come out, kick the field goal, make 21-13. We're hanging around, then we score and go for two and tied up 21-21. At that point, I felt like we had a great shot.
Yeah, absolutely. And the excitement was building in the stadium. It was a lot of fun to be there. So let's take you to Land People Stadium and show you what happened last week. Randon Carnathan, so sad that he's not in our lineup, but glad that he's one of the captains. Certainly still one of the leaders for this football team. Now, they jump out 7-0. We respond. Ross Matheny to Jeremy Jones on our second offensive play, and that's followed by the Ross touchdown. That response was critical early, wasn't it?
It really was, because, you know, if you give the ball back to them again, they're probably going to score again, make it 14-0.
Well, they did make it 14-7. I love Ross's intensity there, but they made it 14-7. We go second quarter. Ross hits West Saxton for 37 yards, leads to a field goal, and we are down 14-10 at that point. But then our defense starts to settle down. Was it nerves? Was it adjustments? They really started to make a play here.
Well, I don't know. I think it was they're just pretty darn good, to be honest with you. You know, they got a great running back, and they come out and they know what they're doing. And they showed us some stuff in the first couple drives they hadn't shown, and that's team's always going to do that, and then we made our adjustments.
And third quarter, you start Brandon Bridge. Talk about that adjustment.
Well, bottom line was it felt like we needed a spark, and he gave it to us and came in there and played really well.
Well, it's 21-13, and after a field goal, we stop him on 4 plays. We force the punt, and here we go. Brandon taking it himself. 23 yards for the South Alabama first down. I'm sure you told him, don't jump over somebody anymore, right? Never a smart move. But another run sets us up at the 4. Then Jay Jones takes it from there, touchdown to bring us within 2. But then you got to tell us about this 2-point conversion, because, man, it was a thing of beauty.
Well, we actually got on the internet, typed in the best all-time trick plays, and we saw that one from Clemson and stole it from them.
Hey,
How about that for coaching?
It worked, because Ross is pointing out the blockers, had no idea he'd be the receiver. It very well executed. All right, so go to the 4th. We're down 24-21. Jay Jones, 12 of his 40 yards, sets up the field goal to tie it at 24. And then the catch of the year happened on the next drive. Ross Matheny airing it out, and watch this effort by Shavara Smith. Goes up between 2 defenders, somehow comes down with it. A 50-yard completion. Boy, that was a thing of beauty. And we missed the field goal, so we're still tied. So we usher in the turnovers after that. They're around midfield. Pat Moore hits it. The ball pops up. Alex Page able to pull it in, but we would fumble it right back to them 3 plays later. Next Hilltopper drive, we take it away again. Tyrell Pearson, the apparent picking points, but he's called for taunting at the 1-yard line. You just got to run through, right?
That's right, and right there he turns, and you don't need to do that. You go in the end zone, toss it back to the referee, and be first class.
Well, it takes it back to the 16-yard line, but we're able to punch it in 4 plays later. Trey Fettner doing the honors. We have our first lead, 31-24. Now, can we stop him? That's a big question. It took 11 plays, but the answer is yes. And Tyrell Pearson, a measure of redemption right here as he picks it off as time expires, and we win a huge one, South Alabama over Western Kentucky, 31-24. And you saw the students celebrating, the players celebrating with them. And talk about that moment as the clock hit 0.
Well, it's one of the moments that we've been working for, and to play Division I football and to come out in our first year Division I and win, you know, 2 of our first 2 Division I games we won.
Right.
And so it's exciting for our program, exciting for our players, and just, you know, the locker room after was a great scene.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of dancing going on in there, and a lot of old men like me trying to dance, but it was a lot of fun. We had a good time.
And I got to admit, too, I've looked at the Sun Belt Conference standings just to see our name on top.
That's
pretty
right,
cool.
That's right. We'll just hold it right there for a little while. Yeah.
But we do have a bye week now. Is that a good thing, or do you want to keep the momentum going? There's nothing you can do about it, but
yeah, I think it came at a good time. You know, the momentum certainly would like to keep it going, but our kids are mature. I've really talked to them this week about, look, let's have a great week of practice. We did this past week. Next week, we got to come back ready to go, and we got to keep that same mental focus that we've had the last
Right.
2 weeks. And if we bring that back, we're going to be fine.
We are 2-1 overall, 1-0 in conference play, and of course with the bye week coming up, let's evaluate our efforts on both sides of the ball. And that's what we'll do as this show continues, but right now let's do a little South Alabama trivia. And here's the question: who did we beat the last time we won back-to-back games? We'll answer that when we get back on the Joey Jones Show on UTV 44.